All right, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Over the next 7 days, you guys are really trying to see a relationship be successful. You're really trying to see progress in your work, whatever ventures you have, 9 to 5, or entrepreneurs. You're really focused on success. Whatever needs to be done to make work successful, to make your love life successful, seeing it through. Okay? And because y'all are in that energy, it feels as if it's causing you to come off a certain type of way. Okay, it's causing you to come off a certain type of way. But at the end of the day, if you don't take control of a situation, then you can spend all day arguing. You can spend all day arguing. So it's like, what do we need to do to focus on what's important? How do we overcome this situation? To sit around and just argue all day and fuss all day isn't going to solve our problems. Okay, if someone betrayed your trust, I see you trying to get over that. If you betray someone else's trust, you're trying to get their, you're trying to get over that. You're like, okay, what do we need to do to fix it? How do we overcome it? What's the solution? How do we get out of our feelings? So we can, do we need to change locations? Do we need to separate? Do we still have our vision in mind of why we come together to begin with, or are we getting distracted? Okay, so like I said, there's an energy where it's a lot of arguing, it's a lot of fighting, and I feel like you just don't want to fight anymore over the next 7 days. You're like, I don't want to keep doing that. I'm ready to turn a chapter, turn a new leaf. Okay, water signs. What other energy over the next 7 days is coming from water signs? All right. So you got embrace solitude, which tells me that you're okay with being alone, but I feel like you don't want to have to. You don't want to if something can be successful, but you have no problem being put out on timeout or putting someone else on timeout. I feel like you're going through a period where you're reflecting on you're reflecting on a lot of different things, where you are now, where you're trying to go. Every time you get into this solitude energy, it starts up an argument with someone else because they start to become insecure or wondering if you're thinking about someone else. Water signs, you also got blind date and a sneaky link. Someone here doesn't like your friends or when you hang out with certain people because they feel like your friends encourage you to go and talk to other people. And then you don't end up, this person feels like they don't find out about it until later on, after you done did the deed or after you done got yourself involved with someone. So word on the street is that you are secretly dating someone, water signs. You weren't expected to catch feelings for this person. So it could be love or it could be a disaster. When it comes to work, water signs, you're not really able to put something out there yet. It feels like there's a blockage. Something's preventing you from tapping into the next tax bracket. Financial freedom. After you go to work, for those of you that work a job and you're doing a side project or side hustles, it seems like when you're done working, you don't have the energy to argue. You don't have the energy to even put your ideas out there. And I do feel like you are being spiritually called to serve as a mentor, to be a role model, to help men, maybe to help women, whatever it is that you're good at. You're meant to do that. You would be a really good plug, like a plug of wisdom, a good channel. That's what I'm picking up on. However, something about a relationship here makes it hard for you to hustle. All right. Water signs, love life over the next 7 days. What energy is coming for their love life? There's going to be someone that you meet or someone that you already know of. How you'll know who this person is, they don't mind taking accountability. They don't mind telling you that you're right after dealing with someone that maybe never takes accountability. And with fight in reverse, you don't have to argue with this person, or y'all don't have to go back and forth. Now, this would be a connection that I feel like there has been no movement. Things are kind of like at a stalemate. That you guys are not speaking or communicating, but you are aware of a contrast in behavior patterns. So there is someone romantically water signs that's showing you the opposite of what someone else has been continuously giving you already. And that is causing you to ponder, wonder, like, am I with the right person? Am I tolerating something? Am I settling? I feel like ultimately you're coming to a realization, water signs, that the right person is you. You are the perfect match for yourself. All right, water signs, if that resonates with you, welcome back to my channel. TT here, your friendly psychic medium. I do this for the underdogs, okay? The girlies. Let's get into your prediction. So we still have some time. Another energy. We're going to break it up. Cancer, Pisces, and then Scorpio. So for Cancer, what's coming for Cancer specifically, Spirit? Okay. So Cancer, you have an overbearing partner that is in competition with you. Okay. This person has poor financial discipline, and they tend to overspend and get really out of control with their spending and the freedom that you give them. And then when you tell this person, like, hey, we need to slow down, hey, we're overspending, that's when this person projects onto you that you're being controlling, that you're being abusive, that you're emotionally damaging. And it's like, how? I'm telling you, like, legit. Like, you legitimately need to make better financial decisions. Your choices affect me, and this person doesn't want to hear it at all. So I see you having to be the bad guy over the next 7 days, Cancer. Or the bad girl. Next 7 days for Cancer. Yeah, you don't want to fight anymore. It's like, I don't want to fight anymore. It's too much drama. It's toxic. I don't want to be in the middle of it. No one wins when the family feuds. But it seems like this person continues to fight with you or feud with you, and you're making logical sense. You're pretty much explaining to someone, like, hey, you need to save for a rainy day. You need to make better financial choices. And they are pouting and having a bitch fit about it. And then accusing you of hounding them or being down their neck or something like that. And then when you say, you know what, have it your way, spend the money, you give in to this person. This person has this type of tantrum on purpose because they always want to have it their way. They don't want you to tell them no. They don't want you to tell them the truth. They don't want to hear it. 10 of Swords in reverse. This seems like the type of issue where if you tell this person no, and you automatically know they're going to go out there and do things to bring drama your way and to avoid the drama. Cancer, you go ahead, and we both know the truth. You already know that this person has a tendency of They have an obsessive personality trait. They have an addictive personality trait, and they make bad choices, but they want to be in control. And so even though y'all both know that this person is not the best person to make decisions, you're letting them make it nonetheless because you want to keep the peace. So like I said, I see you trying to keep the peace because you already know this person can go out there, maybe cheat on you, maybe bring family or friends involved in a situation, and you'll end up having no choice anyway. And so instead of fighting and arguing and it getting out of hand, you're going to go ahead and take a L or take a loss financially in some type of area. You're going to give in. I see a tower moment and you're kind of just giving in, like, it is what it is. I can't change it. All right. Pisces. Pisces, you're going to find out some type of secret. And this could be your own secret. Like, you may become self-aware that you're paranoid of everything. You may become very self-aware about how you have been self-deceiving yourself. You know when someone is lying. Hell, Pisces, y'all are extra intuitive. You know when people are lying to you. Your intuition picks up on it. But sometimes you give people an inch so they can take a mile. And I think you're learning this week that that's a self-sabotaging tendency that you possess. I'm also seeing you finding out that someone's been purchasing something. Like, you're going to be made aware about some type of secret purchase or something like that. Secret account, secret purchase. Somebody's been skimming some off the top. You may have to change your bank accounts. Change your your phone. Really just cut off, because it seems like you're something about something. Your phone is either hacked, your computer may be hacked, and there's like small amounts of money going out or coming out, and it seems like it's getting lost in the finances. But if you sat down and looked at your finances, some charges wouldn't make sense. So I see you reviewing your bank account or looking at something to do with a bank account, Pisces. Your accountant. I'm also seeing you be done making excuses. I feel like before, you used to really defend someone like they were helpless, but now you're coming to an awareness, Pisces, that someone isn't helpless. They choose to suffer. They choose to stay with the Chariot in reverse. They could be so further ahead in life, but they are choosing to remain in this situation, and you're no longer defending that. And you're no longer feeling like that person is helpless. Could be another water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This could be a mother figure as well with the Empress in reverse. Like, typically, you may notice, like, maybe you find yourself wanting to defend a mother figure. Their behavior, their choices, be loyal to them. And you're learning that you're maybe loyal to a fault. And so with being selfish, if there's like a transportation situation where someone is, maybe they need you for transportation or they need your help. The Chariot in reverse is saying that this person has other means, but they pretend like they don't have other means. You're also finding out that someone has more money, but they've been saying that they're broke. So someone has the financial means, Pisces, to fix their situation, fix up their to be successful, fix their car up, fix up their credit, fix up their life, but they're choosing not to do it. They're pretending to be broke or not have enough. Mm-hmm. It's giving, if you like it, I love it. If you like being in this situation, you like being helpless, I want you to be happy. But I have to prioritize myself. I have to put the oxygen mask on myself. Someone could also be telling you, like venting to you, Pisces, about what they're experiencing, how this person lied to them. They're kind of dump piling or emotionally dump piling their fears and worries onto you, and you're constantly having to process it because you love them. But at the same time, you're like, I can't function and work and be productive in my own life if I'm dealing with your baggage. You self-sabotage yourself. You refuse to see this about yourself. And so when you stop seeing how you are pretty much constantly saying what you can't do, and you have a better attitude or outlook, then you're kind of giving tough love this week, Pisces, for sure, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Like, you don't have to be out there. You don't have to be struggling. You're choosing to, because you're not making better choices. So I can't defend that. I can't have your back in that situation. But I can love you at a distance. That's what it's giving. All right. What else? Scorpio. Scorpio. You're bored at your job. I'm seeing you be bored at your job. You're bored in your relationship. Some of y'all are bored in your relationships. Someone is very unreliable. You want to be successful. You want to propel forward in life. So you're really struggling to commit to a person, a partner, a job. You feel like when you deal with this partner, or you try to communicate and explain to them, by the time you're done communicating and explaining to them your goals, your career goals, and what you're trying to do, you feel unmotivated to even get the shit done. And so you're about to start moving in silence. That's what I'm seeing here. Like, someone's going to have to be able to read between the lines and understand, like, be productive. Be productive. I really feel like you're tired of being financially unstable. You're tired of this overspending bullshit, having to lend or borrow. So you feel like this has led to the current issue. You know how you got here, and now before you move forward, you don't want to take none of the issues that you used to have in the past with you in this new season. So you're kind of handling people like, you're not going to pull me down while I'm trying to pull myself up. Okay, leader. So you're taking on a leadership role. I told you there's something about a partnership, or y'all are not you're not satisfied with the partnership deal. This could also be a paid partnership as well. Some of y'all are considering, like, turning off a paid partnership. So we got a choice. I see you choosing to remain single. This is choosing to remain single. You know, if a person, like, you're remaining single, you're not putting a title to it, because if something comes along better, or tides change in a particular situation, I do see you wanting to be available to have that relationship. If this relationship goes to shit, I see you wanting to be, single, unready to mingle. Especially, so you're not quite ready to end something this week, Scorpio, but I do see you being well aware that this connection is not going to work long term. But you're not quite ready to collab with someone else, because you're waiting for that person, or you're waiting for the situation to financially, like, maybe go viral, maybe be, like, someone has potential, but you're waiting for the potential to mature. And then if the potential does mature, I feel like you'll move then. But so you're kind of waiting to make a move on something until you know it's going to be successful. In the meantime, with this single energy, it's like you're doing your own thing, someone else is doing their own thing, and you occasionally like check in, but for the most part, you're not trying to burn a bridge entirely if it doesn't have to be burned yet. Okay. Spirit, do you want them to have any advice? Hold on. Like Mary Poppins up in this bitch. I got a bag full of I got a bag full of money. I'm just kidding. All right, Pisces. Actually, this is for Scorpio. It says your vibration is yelling, I'll settle. I'll settle. Like, yeah, it's like if this is the best I could do, I'll settle for it. But if something else comes along, I definitely want something better. But right now, you're showing up like I'll settle. This is all I could get, you know. All right, Pisces, what's your advice? Your intuition isn't ghosting you. You're just not listening. Okay, so your guides are trying to talk to you, and that's probably why you got the moon card. They want to tell you something. You're like, la, 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 still doing your own thing. Even though you know what you need to do. Cancer, what's your advice? Your bank account said no before the universe did. Balance on 0. Nope. See? Cancer? Nope. I was telling you about someone, you know that you should not invest in something, but you're like doing it anyway. And your money is going down, 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 down. Your bank account said no before the universe did. And it's a blessing in disguise. Some of you guys, some type of deposit or amount is delayed because if you had it, someone else would be right on your ass taking it from you. And you try to make it appear, make it manifest. Bottom of y'all deck. Spirit said, not this one, sweetie. Not this one, sweetie. So someone's a red flag. Water signs. A person that you're dealing with, it's a nope for your angels, your guys. They're like, nope. Get rid of it. Clean this shit up. All right, that's all the messages I got for you, water signs. Until next time.